I started my working life in health services. I was actually worked in a pathology lab, and at that time, health services union very poorly represented. We're not a very strong union presence, so I've actually worked when there hasn't been an influence of a union, so I know just how incredibly important it is to have a representative body to look after our rights as workers, and I think the IEU does a great job.
For many years I sat on the Unions New South Wales Women's Committee, and I have had a good relationship with the IEU delegates that I've met in the past, and I'm interested in the women's issues facing teachers, very similar to the women's issues that are facing nurses.
It's important for me to be with the IEU, so that I'm very busy, obviously. I've got 3 young children, working part-time. They keep up to date with all the political goings on. I don't have time to tap into that, so they send me the information about that. They obviously fight for our better conditions in our workplace, our wages, and they're always there for me if I have any problems in the workplace.
Equity in the workforce, the work-life balance, the problems that I think that women face trying to juggle careers and caring responsibilities at both ends, not just children, but more and more with elderly family members.
I've been asked to speak about work and life and care balance. So from my perspective, I suppose I have 7 children and 2 of those are severely autistic. So that's been a challenge to juggle, but I've been able to pursue a good career path.
Yeah. I'm married to a teacher. He's an IEU delegate. His mother died 3 weeks after my mother. We were over and back to the UK last year, so trying to juggle. We've got teenage children here at school, and trying to work with them. Trying to balance out our work and caring for the children and going back to frail elderly parents.
I think the flexibility is much better now. When I was first teaching, there wasn't as much flexibility. I think from my point of view, it's really important to tell the story about what it was like and what it is now, and those things were, fought for, need to be continued to be on the agenda.
I wish the nurses had a women's conference. We don't, and I believe that there would be a great need, so I'm hoping that it's a great success, that we could feed on it and use it to say that there are particular issues that would engage our women's members in a different way. You can look at it from a different perspective and hear a different angle as well.
Keep asking your boss for that. If they're saying no, then use the support, the backing of the IEU, the expertise, their resources.
The teaching profession has allowed me to have a large family, I think, because it has been flexible in terms of being able to be casual relief staff member, part-time member, going back into workforce full-time.
It basically shows the importance, I think, because we're so prevalent in our industry, and it shows, acknowledges us and the work that we do.
And even though in Australia, we have a lot of choices, it's still not quite there yet in terms of women and equality. So I think it's important for us to keep that on the agenda. And I really love that whole idea of the IEU based on good human values. I think that's really important. It's a values-based organisation because, after all, education is a caring profession. So I think, it's very much in sync with what that caring profession is about.